Good morning, guys. This is your Sir DRV again, and welcome back to our Mythic Heroes channel. So this time we will be reviewing one of the buff hero, which is Hercules. So in our guild, we called Hercules the Undying Hero. So why is he the Undying? So because of the new buff, which makes him do what he needs to do. Before, the skill is the same, but it's not actually doing what it is portraying on the skills or showing on the skill sets here. Alright, so let's check out his skills. Let's start with his ultimate. So the Mortal Strike. Hercules launches himself into the air before striking the ground with his weapon, dealing 240% damage to nearby enemies and knocking them into the air. After landing, they are stunned briefly and their attack is reduced by staggering 20% for 8 seconds. So good ultimate for bosses and for campaigns as well. You just need to put him in front. I will show you a great video by our guild master Leffy showcasing Hercules later, so let's watch them together later, guys. So let's see, at level 2 additionally decreases Hercules damage taken by 50%. So this is why his ultimate is pretty good. Not only he reduces the attack of the enemy, he is actually increasing his defense for 50% for 8 seconds. So yeah, good amount of debuff and buff for himself. How about his second skill, the passive, the Sword Storm. After being hit, Hercules has a 25% chance of triggering a counter attack that deals 75 damage to nearby enemies. After, he also recovers 1.5% of max health every second for 3 seconds. So this is what makes Hercules the Undying, because at level 2 health recovery effect can be stacked 2 times. So here it says 2 times, right? But it is actually greatly increased on the weapon side. So we will check the weapon after this. At level 3, counter attack chance increased to 30%. At level 4, recovers 2% of max health every second. So 2% of max health every second can be stacked up 2 times without upgrading your weapon. We will check the weapon later, okay? How about the third one, the provoke? So this provoke is not working before, but now it is greatly working, and it really proves how effective Hercules in endgame. So Hercules provokes enemies around him, forcing the targets to auto-attack Hercules for 4 seconds. While provoke is active, reduce all damage taken to or by 50%. So another 50% defense. Earlier, you see there's a 50% decrease damage taken, right? And here, increase damage taken by 50% again. So if you provoke and you do the ultimate, Hercules will have a great amount of defense. So at level 2, reduce damage taken by Hercules by 55%. Level 3, reduce damage taken by Hercules by 60%. And lastly, provoke lasts for 5 seconds. So those nasty assassins, Susano, or what else, that do a lot of physical damage, if you put Hercules in front of them, you will render them useless. Alright, so let's check the last one, the brutal charge. So at the beginning of the battle, Hercules deals 200% damage, knocking back the enemy and stunning them for 4 seconds. So this is the first one that he will do, and then he will do the Sword Storm and then provoke. So that's the sequence of his skills. At level 2, deals 250% damage. At level 3, increases the knockback distance, stuns the target for 5 seconds at level 4. So a good skill as well. Alright, so that this brutal charge, he goes in front of the battle, so it's like a CC as well. Okay, so what makes him invincible or undying? Let's go to the weapon. Alright, so as you can see, at 100, increases Hercules damage dealt by 5%. After Sword Storm is triggered, stackable up to 10 times. Okay, so as you can see, damage dealt by 5% after Sword Storm is triggered is stackable up to 10 times. What are we talking about? This is the second skill, the Sword Storm. Okay, so what is stackable? So the one that is stackable is his attack or damage dealt. Okay, so every Sword Storm, he will gain massive amount of damage and massive amount of health or recovery. And at 200, it is stackable up to 20 times. And then alright, so at 300, it decreases damage taken from enemy auto attacks by 35%. So this is the start of Hercules getting ridiculous, getting more defense when he is doing the Sword Storm, which is only his passive. It's a counter attack, and whenever he counters attack, he increases his damage by 5% and stackable up to 20 times. And aside from that, he is actually gaining 35% decreased damage taken from enemy auto attack. So at last, this one at 400, when Sword Storm stacks 20 times, increase all healing received during provoke by 50%. So this is why he is tagged as Undying Hercules, because when you reach the stack 20, basically you won't die. Your healing effect will be so ridiculous that it will stay at 100%. Okay, so when you do provoke, you are reducing the damage taken by at least 60%, and provoke lasts for 5 seconds at maximum level. And once you hit the 20 times stack, your healing is comparable to someone that doing heals to you, or like Idun or Nagakaina doing heals to you non-stop. That's how good Hercules buff right now. So we're done with his weapon. What about his equipment, his artifact? So as you can see, or as you may notice earlier, his skills are more into defense and the healing. So earlier, once you hit 20 stacks, your healing received will increase by a lot. That's the reason why you need to equip the light rune. So what does the light rune do? It recovers percentage of max health every second, which is if you reach the 20 stock and you use provoke, this healing effect from the rune will actually be increased as well. So that's the reason why you need this. And since you want Hercules to be in front and be bombarded by attacks, you need to use the Thor's hammer, because there's a chance that you will reduce the attack speed of your enemy by 64% if you have the Mythic for 1.5 seconds. So this is the best combination that I can think of for Hercules. All right. So how about his divinity? So remember, light rune and the hammer. So what is the divinity? All right. So according to the skill set here on the divinity, the best one you can get is actually this one, the devoid energy field, because you are a tank. You want your healer, oh sorry, you want your healer or your main damager to not die early on in the battle. So you want to use the energy field, and then the panacea. It will increase maximum health by 30% during battle. Since you have a lot of defense, you have a lot of healing, you need to increase your health by 30%. And then the last one will be this one, the maestro. After applying a control skill, increase attack by 10% for 5 seconds. Earlier you were also increasing your attack using the ultimate, right? Every stack you gain 5%. So if you combine this with that, your Hercules will do good amount of damage as well. But you can replace it with the primal totem if you think that you don't need more damage to Hercules. If you need immunity to controls, then just use the primal totem, panacea, and energy field. All right, this one is for doing more damage. Since Hercules is a tank, we don't need his damage. We just need him to protect and defend. Then you need the energy field, panacea, and the primal totem. Okay, so those are the end game skills, and we will now watch the video from my guildmaster Leffy showcasing Hercules and how Hercules was tagged as the Undying Hercules. So enjoy the video, guys. Let's watch it. Alright, so here's the video, guys, and we have Leffy at the top, and the enemy is Gaia. This is stage 3126. Take a closer look at Hercules HP. Look at his HP. Look at those heals. He's basically tanking 3 enemies earlier. Now look at his HP. Just like I told you, once he have max stock and he used provoke, it is GG. So as you can see, that's how good Hercules now. This is endgame, by the way. So yeah, thank you very much, and please leave a comment down below if you have other suggestions, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It will help me a lot. Thank you very much, guys, and see you on my next video. We'll be doing iSet next. I have a video of iSet showcase as well, so I want you to watch it later once I uploaded the video. Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye for now. See you on my next video.